You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. Thank you for listening to Sunny 93.3. We've got the John and Heidi Show bonus hour kicking off right now with Mr. Dan Farris. Hey, thanks for joining us on a Monday, Dan.
Yeah, how'd y'all fare through the little blustery touch of winter there weekend deal there, huh?
Not ready.
No big
if that's
deal.
a sneak preview, I'm not ready.
Yeah, boy, no kidding. No kidding to that. I only bring this up because I think it's kind of interesting, somewhat of a television trivia question for you two. Should one of you get the answer correct, I will gladly write you a bad check for $1 million.
Ooh, I'm ready. Okay.
It was this day in 1978.
Okay.
You two were just kids.
I remember that.
Okay. That the very first TV movie inspired by and adapted from a very popular TV series first aired. The very first TV movie taken from a TV series. This day, 1978.
What's the question?
I have no idea. What was the first TV movie aired?
That was taken from a TV series.
I have no idea.
It was a very popular, you would consider it kind of a sitcom.
Gilligan's Island.
Yes,
it was the final
Rescue
chapter.
from Gilligan's Island.
Yes,
really
full-length TV
scribble
movie.
out that check, Dan Farris.
Gladly, because if you recall, and you can play back the tape, I said a bad check.
Dang it.
But you'll have a bunch of zeros on it. You can frame
that's
it.
interesting, Ginger. I don't think she was the same Ginger on that show.
I got to be totally honest with you. I really didn't watch it.
You didn't? I saw it, but it was years later that I watched it.
The only thing we would have talked about, because we were in our mid to late teens when that stuff was going on, and the big question back then was between me and my buddies is
Marianne or Ginger?
Exactly, Marianne or Ginger. And I had
I was more of a Mrs. Howell kind of guy.
I had one friend who said,
kidding.
No, we had a buddy who said Mrs. Howell.
Did he really?
Yeah, and they'll never find his body, but
hey, Lovey.
There you go. So thanks for going there, John.
Do not start calling me Lovey.
Oh, that's good. So that was on this date, 1978.
1978.
Well, there you go.
Very interesting.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Oh, good morning. Rascally, shifty little radio rangers, you. I'm Ranger Dan.
You enjoying some coffee?
Oh, little sip to cure what ails old Ranger Dan here. You know, a little business right off the bat here. Certainly want to thank, a warm thanks, a big thanks to all the pheasant hunters that took part in the Ranger Dan Hunting Dog Starter Kit sale out behind Sioux Falls Humane Society at the crack of dawn Saturday morning. Again, well, things are going along pretty darn well as expected, but again, apologies to those folks that had to bail early, had to cut things a little bit short when that Rottweiler German Shepherd mix got away from us and got into the rabbit enclosure.
Oh no!
Talk about a mess. On the bright side, old buddy Ranger Dan now has 3 coolers full of fresh, lean, protein-packed bunny burger. And at just $2.99 a pound, it's going to go fast. I'll be laying low for the next few days at the Night's Inn. Home of the 1-hour happy nap on West 12th Street. Just look for the 2003 tan and rust-colored PT Cruiser with the knee blinds and back, and we'll get you on your way.
I kind of want to try a bunny burger.
Well, that's it for today's Ranger Dan Critter Corner episode. Rangers, you know what to do. Go to school, say your prayers, go to church, eat your vegetables, don't be playing soccer, don't be wearing Crocs. So Ranger Dan out? Yes, sir.
Ranger Dan's Critter Corner right here on Sunny 93.3.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Mr. Dan Farris in the studio here again with a notebook full of news.
It is. There's just a lot of things going on. Apparently, there's things that you will not just have easy access to anymore in our fine city.
Like what?
Let's see. Who borrowed me this story? Oh, Jody Schwan. Thanks, Jody. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sanford Health has become the latest organization to cut back on, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Plastic straws.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
We thought it was just a California thing.
No, here's the thing. I don't need a straw. I'm not 12 anymore.
But in the hospital, you do.
In the
I mean, you're
hospital,
laying
you could, yeah.
down, and
That's a whole different story.
Okay, hang on. According to
It's in the cafeteria.
Chris Denovan, who I don't know, but Executive Director of Facilities and Sports Services, says, I think there's quite a movement everywhere, really. It's kind of like straws on demand. Here's the thing. You go into their cafeterias, whatever, at Sanford, facilities. If you ask for a straw, you can have one.
Yeah.
But they're not just out there for the snagging anymore.
Yeah.
They're going through about 500,000 straws a year.
Yeah. And then somebody said, this is the last straw.
Or something.
wow.
Will it make a difference in anyone's life? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The other thing you can't have anymore, you go into a Lewis Drug, you ain't going to find Zantac.
Really?
No more.
Why?
No, well, apparently somebody said somewhere that Zantac, which is it's primarily for indigestion, acid relief, ulcers, whatever, but it's an over-the-counter thing, Zantac.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Tums, only a lot more expensive, and it looks cooler.
Yeah, I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're going, may cause cancer
Really?
or something. And here's the dirty little secret. Everything causes cancer.
that's
No,
true.
everything may cause cancer.
No, well, everything might.
Everything
it may
could
not.
cause cancer.
Zantac.
Except for this program. We do not cause cancer.
But you can still get tobacco and alcohol, so that's a plus.
At Lewis?
Everywhere.
Have either of those ever been proven to cause cancer?
No. No, and that whole alcohol kills brain cells. Well, whatever. Maybe your brain cells are just weak.
Only the strong ones survive.
Drink up, smoke up, and I don't know. Tummy problems are your problem. I literally don't care.
I don't take Dan's advice on anything. So. But that all does sound like legit news there. I don't think you made any of that up today, did you?
Both of those things are true.
They're very accurate.
Cut back on straws at Sanford facilities and no Zantac at Lewis.
But I bet the plastic cups are still plentiful.
Yeah,
of course.
Well, it's a whole different thing, Aunt. It's not the same as a straw.
Why is the tiny straw an issue, but the giant cup is not? I just don't understand their whole thought process.
Because the cup is necessary because you need something to hold the beverage, but the straw is not. You can just tip the cup and it pours right into your mouth.
I think we should craft everything from clay like back in the old days.
Hey, there we go. All right. Well, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. We've got coming up here in just a moment our Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week. That is on the way on Sunny 93.3.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for this little thing we do on Mondays. It's called the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week.
I have the need for speed. Iceman is so mean to me.
Goose is dead.
You know, this really does make the program.
It really does. It's fantastic.
A couple weeks ago, you didn't do the theme song, and then I just sat here and stared at you.
Missing. Yeah.
You gonna do the theme song or not? Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week. What this is, it's like an employee of the week, but not an employee of the week here at Sunny. It's somebody that we find out in the wild while we're out, like, living our lives.
Out in the wild.
Just saying, you know, it's not here.
Kicking around the Netherlands.
So this, I'm going to hand it over to Heidi because this is kind of her thing. So who is our Top Gun of the Week from Maverick Recruiting?
You know,
this
I
week?
had one, but I think technically we should have two this week. Because,
Wow, a double pop.
Yeah, because we were
at the same place.
Yes, at the same place. We were at Menards.
What?
Bothering the people back in the building center because we were not prepared
We have no idea
at
what we need.
all. Two amazing employees back there, Donna and John.
Oh, yeah. John recommended a soup for you.
He did. He hooked me up with some amazing soup.
He said, oh, you should get this kind of soup.
That they
And then we
actually
had
sell
soup.
at Menards, and it was fantastic.
So the lumberyard soup is the best.
I feel completely unprepared for this conversation.
You didn't know they sold soup?
I'm thinking she's going, well, I got these great nails, or where I got. Suddenly, it's a smorgasbord.
What kind did he recommend? What was it?
Broccoli cheddar.
Yeah,
and it
it
was
was good stuff.
fantastic, I
And then
gotta say.
Donna helped us
And then
out
Donna,
when we were
oh my gosh, she was phenomenal.
We had
Both
no
of them
clue
were
what we-
phenomenal with all of our supplies. They really were.
standing there with like a pile of papers trying to figure out what we need.
Yes.
And they were very patient and walked through step by
Yes,
step
and
to
they
help us.
handled each one of our returns like
Yeah, because I bought a lot of the wrong stuff. What are you guys doing back? You still building that deck? Yeah, I got all the wrong stuff. Need a bunch of different stuff.
So yeah, I think that they both. I think we've got a double one this week.
Double
so we're
whammy.
gonna-
Two
yes,
Top
two
Guns.
of them.
So Donna and John from Menards.
Donna and John.
You take our breath away.
It is the Top Gun of the Week from Maverick Recruiting, and our good friends at Maverick Recruiting can hook you up with an amazing job. Or if you happen to be an employer looking for amazing people, they can help you as well. All of the details at maverickrecruiting.com.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
As you know, I know, we all know that celebrities are fabulous. What's going? You know, here's we never venture here,
Where's that?
but we're about to. Children's television programming.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just found this kind of interesting. Plus, you know, I've got grandkids
Street?
now. You know, my grandson's about to turn 4. In fact, next week.
Nice.
And of course, I raised 2 children, and I had to kind of go through this years ago. But again, fascinating. Creators of the iconic children's television show Sesame Street is about to tackle the opioid crisis. This will be on an online-only segment delving into the backstory of one of its newest characters whose mother is battling addiction. Carly, who apparently is a little green and yellow-haired Muppet, introduced earlier this year, who lives with foster parents, is going to tell her story as part of the Sesame Street initiative. The episode will refer children also to free online bilingual resources, apparently, if your parents are all gassed up on something or another. So again, it's like, okay, is it really a little kid show to tackle this stuff? Maybe. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess it depends on how they approach it, I guess.
The online only segment, I guess it's at first I was thinking, okay, this is probably not appropriate because there are a lot of children that are not exposed to that sort of thing that really do they need to be. But if this is an online only segment and there are children that are exposed to it and someone in their life says, look, let's help them
Here's a
cope
way to
with it
explain
by
it.
showing this
Yeah.
to them, then that maybe isn't a bad thing because it's a way to talk to them on their level. But yeah, when I thought it was just going to be exposing all children to this, it was probably not.
Honestly, I
a
could
good
see
idea.
I could see even that, but I can see both sides of this where there's some people that are maybe affected by it that are not thinking this is a great subject to be talking about.
I wonder what age little kids can even wrap their head around something like this.
Right.
I guess I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I know, like, when I talk to say, hey, my daughter, who is an amazingly stellar mom.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really great. I said, so, like, what does Henry watch? He goes, well, he is allowed to watch, period. He watches reruns of Mr. Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely
show.
adores Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Thomas the Train Engine, which is into, and of course, reruns of Jersey Shore. But that's it. That's where we draw the line.
She keeps him on a tight leash, man.
So yeah, I guess parenting is parenting, and from what I can see, having been in the greatest country in God's green earth ever in the history of mankind,
Yeah.
things really kind of slid off the rails when it just comes to overall parenting in this country, man. It's like it used to be this stuff that's kind of taken care of at home, whatever. But yeah,
When I was
Yeah, I
growing up,
agree.
if it works, if it saves somebody, yay, go Sesame Street.
absolutely. When I was a kid, our household we had about a bunch of channels, and we watched a bunch of stuff, and
I grew up with 3, and 1 or 2 of them was kind of hazy. So
What is hazy? Like the signal didn't come in well?
exactly,
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
yeah. TV
Maybe
growing
I
up
was-
to me was no big deal because it wasn't a go-to. It just wasn't.
Yeah. Heidi grew up watching all kinds of interesting stuff too.
HBO, Cinemax,
Yeah. She's like,
MTV.
used to watch this all the time with my dad when I was a kid. I'm like, you what? What did you watch?
I mean, so there you go. If you have little toddlers, Mr. Rogers, Thomas the Train Engine, and I suppose all those Housewives of series, it's all fine.
You'll be set. Well, Dan, thanks for coming in on a Monday, sir.
It's the least I can do, John. I think we all realize that.
It is a movie star Monday, and coming up, we've got Ruta Lee. That's on the way on the John and Heidi Show.